and welcome to a Patreon exclusive episode of Allegedly Astrology. Each episode, we break down the astrology that happened during some of the biggest scandals and events in history.
And before we start, we want to welcome our newest patrons, Daria, Lola, and Michelle. Welcome.
Great names.
Welcome. All right, so Dana, what are we talking about on this episode?
Today we're talking about Jennifer Coolidge, and this was a request from Annalisa. Hello, Annalisa, and thank you.
Thank you, Annalisa. But I have an inkling that a lot of people are curious about Jennifer Coolidge. And if you don't know who she is an actress, a comedian, and a big supporter of the LGBTQIA plus community that's been in the entertainment industry for 30 years. She's made appearances in tons of TV shows and movies. I'm sure you remember her from Legally Blonde, The Bend and Snap, of course. She was also in Cinderella Story. Oh, with Hilary Duff. I forgot about that.
Yeah, she's the crazy mom. She's like, I got this $150 manicure.
And Christopher Guest mockumentaries like Best in Show, which was Chef's Kiss and For Your Consideration. But until recently, she was best known for playing Stifler's mom in American Pie. And now her career is blowing up and she's received critical acclaim for her role in the White Lotus series on HBO. It's insanely good. She really makes the show. So let's learn more about her and her astrology.
So Jennifer Coolidge's personal life is pretty on the DL, to be honest. She doesn't give that much info or really say who she's dating. But what we do know is that she was born and raised in Massachusetts. She was one of 4 children. And growing up, much like me, she played clarinet.
Wait, I didn't know you played the clarinet.
Yeah, it was like cool in like grades 3 through like mostly 3 and 4 to play like in band because that was like an offering.
I love
Very
that
cool.
for you.
I did not go to orchestra camp, but she did. So, Dana, what is Jennifer's big 3?
Okay, Jennifer Coolidge was born on June 1st, 1961 at 1:09 p.m. in Boston, Massachusetts. But you wouldn't know this
Dana.
if you read Wikipedia.
Yes. Can we talk about this? We posted that she was a Gemini and we got a lot of messages being like, no, she's a Virgo. But Dana, tell us how you came to this conclusion.
Well, I didn't have to conclude anything really. So I saw a meme online, posted a picture of Jennifer Coolidge saying that she once pretended to have a twin so that she could date 2 different people at the same time. And I was like, okay, what a fucking Gemini move. So I looked up her birthday on Astro Databank, which is where I always go to look anything up first because that's what I do. Astro Databank, they have a rating system. It's from Lois Rodden. She developed the rating system to determine the quality or accuracy of like birthdays and birth times. So this was Jennifer Coolidge. She had a double A rating, which means that the person who recorded it had her birth certificate. So they quoted her birth certificate. And it's interesting, which is because IMDb and Wikipedia give the incorrect birth date. This is the source. So it's IMDb and Wikipedia give incorrect birth date of August 28th, 1961. Various other sites give different birth years, such as 1963, 1968, etc. She was born on June 1st, 1961 to Gretchen Knopf and Paul Coolidge. So yeah, that's from R. Craft, who quotes her birth certificate. So
now you know.
It's very exciting to bring this to our, our vast online community.
Yeah, we need to update Wikipedia and tell them how legit Rodden ratings are.
A Gemini she clearly doesn't want them to know, or else she would.
It's true.
Let's get into her big 3. She's a Gemini sun, a Capricorn moon, and a Virgo rising, which I think is perfect. She's a Gemini sun. Of course, she already pretended to be twins to date 2 different people, but also she's funny, she's clever, she's a shapeshifter. She can play various different roles. She's curious, she's smart and quick, and she's not afraid of looking stupid. Pretending to be stupid is fun for Geminis. I mean, based on me and all of my Gemini placements, it's very fun to play dumb. And she's a career in comedy, which is also Gemini. She has her Gemini sun in her midheaven, so it's her 10th house, which is the career. She has a Capricorn moon, so this is emotional discipline. It's very dry humor. Capricorn placements are super funny. It's also like emotional wherewithal, so maybe being able to sticking out, a situation. It's in her 5th house, which is all about making art. So sticking out her like career, maybe even if wasn't going how she thought it would go or as quick as she wanted it to. Capricorn plays the long game. And also rebellious emotions, which I guess people might be like, oh, like you should play it this way. She's like, I'm going to play it this way. Like use these emotions, right? Like do things differently. Whenever the moon in Capricorn is in detriment, and whenever a planet's in detriment, it rebels sort of against its functions. Also, her body is a tool. A lot of actors or actresses, like their body, of course, is a tool, but hers is like sort of different, which is also sort of rebelling. Like she's not like a tiny like Tinkerbell, right? She's like sort of has a different body, but no one ever really questions it. She's just like, which is just to say that she's like not extremely skinny, but she's like extremely hot. You know what I mean? So it's, and people like, she's the OG MILF. So of course it's not really up to question, I guess you would say. She's also a Virgo rising. So this is like the humility. Virgo risings are humble. They want to deliver. They're intelligent. And this can ground her ideas of her Gemini sun, which is like sort of like being in a whirlwind, a tornado of thoughts in your head, because Virgo is the earth sign ruled by Mercury. So Gemini is the air sign ruled by Mercury. That's a tornado. Virgo is the earth sign. So it brings it all down to earth. Also, she was born 6 days before Jupiter stationed retrograde in Aquarius in her 6th house. So this sort of means maybe like a surprise, like maybe if you pay your dues. Jupiter is ruled by Saturn, and her Saturn's at 29 degrees of Capricorn, which is also, again, Saturn ruled. So it's very Saturnian. So it's sort of like luck comes in time.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I also feel like, too, with her Virgo rising, she has Pluto in the 1st house, which I feel like does give people like power and like magnetism. Yeah. So even though, and I think that adds to like her hotness, even though she like says like the weirdest shit, people are still like, oh yeah, you're like super hot.
I love that. I really like that. And the North Node there too just adds extra magnetism.
And she has Venus in Aries, which too is so, I know you always say it's like dragging someone back to a cave.
The cave.
Yeah.
I would know.
Please.
But Jennifer goes to Emerson College and gets a bachelor's degree in theater. She wanted to be the next Meryl Streep, which I love, but she kept getting comedy opportunities and not serious roles. So she ended up going with that and moved to New York.
And in New York, she joins the Gotham City Improv Group. And during this time, Jennifer worked as a server in a restaurant with Sandra Bullock. Iconic. She said Sandra had her act together, but was partying a lot those days and always missed her shifts, but she just couldn't get fired for some reason.
Yeah, because I feel like everyone likes Jennifer. like, she's just hilarious.
I feel like it's maybe a Gemini thing, too. It's honestly being able to stick around and do poorly at a job for a while because people might like you.
But I could see that for her, like, just, I don't know, like, through her characters. I don't know. I associate her with her characters. I mean, like, probably like everyone does, but I could see her like just being so nonchalant about it, like that you can't get mad at her.
It's also Gemini to think you're doing a really bad job when maybe other people don't know that, like, don't think that.
Yeah. So after New York, Jennifer moved to Los Angeles, where she became a long-running member of the Groundlings comedy troupe. And the Groundlings is a famous sketch comedy improv group and comedy school, and their alums have developed a lot of comedy shows and movies.
And the Groundlings really opened a lot of doors for her, including her television debut on Seinfeld, where she played Jerry's girlfriend, who was a masseuse that wouldn't give him a massage.
Amazing.
And following this, she landed a bunch of small film roles.
But her big break came in 1999 when she was cast as Janine Stifler, or Stifler's mom in American Pie. And the film was a box office hit and cemented her into culture by being the first MILF, aka Mom I'd Like to Fuck, which I did watch the clip of her in it, and it was like she's just so crazy. Like, I know she's supposed to be hot, but like the way I look at it now is like, it's like so over the top, like, because that nerd guy goes up to her and is like, she's like, why aren't you at the party? Because they're like having a party at her house. Like, Stifler's having a party after prom, I think. And he's like, oh, to drink beer with those like plebeians or whatever. And she's like, I'll make you a drink. He's like, no, I'll make you a drink. And then she's like, make me a scotch. I like it like I like my men aged to 18 years.
Does she say it like, or does she like age to 18 years? Like, is it like that? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I love her.
Yeah, it's like almost a Wisconsin accent.
I'm going to start doing all the podcasts just in her accent.
What was going on for Jennifer when American Pie was released?
A lot. So it was released on July 9th, 1999.
To learn more about what was going on with Jennifer's chart when American Pie came out, her bio with Ariana Grande, and her synastry with White Lotus, subscribe to Allegedly Astrology's Patreon. For just $5 a month, you'll get 2 extra episodes and more bonus content.